I really like this bike. I really do. This is a great little bike. Like if I were gonna have any kind of compact bike out of any of the ones I've ever tested, I would probably take this one. There's just something about it. Hey everyone, I'm Ethan, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the Lectric XP Lite. We've reviewed Lectric's regular XP before, but the Lite is a smaller, lighter, and more portable version. With a current price tag of $799 US, is this one of the best budget bikes on the market? We're gonna take a look next on Now Let's Review. So I'm not usually a big fan of folding bikes. I get the concept, it's nice and convenient for some people, but for me, I just don't really like them that much in general. However, I will say that of all the folding bikes I've tested, this one is definitely my favorite. I think a large part of that reason is because it's not a fat tire bike. This has relatively normal sized tires. I think folding fat tire bikes are kind of ridiculous and pointless, but a folding bike like this, this is exactly what a folding bike should be. It is nice and compact. It's a small bike that you can actually fit into, you know, a smaller car or keep in a small apartment or whatever. And when you unfold it, it works like a normal bike. All right, let's see about this acceleration. 0 to top speed, go. All right, listen, it's far from the most impressive acceleration of any bike I've ridden, but give it some credit. It's a 300-watt motor. It's not meant to be that fast. So being a class 2 bike, it has a top speed of 20 miles an hour. Let's go down this hill, test the brakes. I'm not confident on how I can hold this camera and use the brakes, but we'll see. And we're gonna go from above the top speed. We're gonna go from 24 miles an hour. Ready, and brakes. They work quite well. Handles really well. This is a very agile bike. It's so light and small, and the rider positioning it's extremely agile. It's one of the more agile bikes that I've tested, honestly, because it's so small and light. So the pedal assist is actually not terrible. It is, of course, just cadence sensing. You've got 5 levels, and each level of pedal assist is just a different top speed that you can reach. That's how it is with most cadence sensing bikes. I find myself using modes 3 and 4 the most, and that'll bring, so like mode 3 right now, I'm at 14.4 miles an hour. If I go to mode 4, it'll bring me up to 17 miles an hour, at which point I'm pedaling pretty fast. A little faster than I would like to, but I'm still actually putting some energy into it. But I think mode 3 is the one I like to use the most. This is the most natural pedaling cadence that I would personally do riding a bike. The gear ratio is good, so it is a single speed, but I would say a pretty comfortable pedaling cadence like I'm at right now is keeping me at about 15 miles an hour, which is about how fast I would like to be going if this wasn't a powered bike. Obviously, if I want to go faster, I have a throttle. And I can just do that all the way up to 20 miles an hour. Does the same weird thing that a lot of bikes do with throttle response, where the slower you're going, the quicker it seems to be, but the faster you're going, it takes a long time. It takes like a full second to kick in. Not the end of the world. But it's not meant to be anything extremely fancy. This is a budget bike, and it delivers a lot considering it's a budget bike. That is just really good. I mean, the quality is very nice considering the price point. On sale for $799 right now. I mean, the build quality is great, and Lectric is one of those brands that's been around for a while. They know how to make good bikes. I never got to ride the original Lectric XP, which we reviewed several years ago. But the XP Lite is a very nice little bike. So this display, hoping it shows up on camera, but it's very easy for me to see in person. Just a nice, simple backlit screen, but it is huge, and all the information is super easy to see. Got your battery level up at the top, current speed, your pedal assist level, and then you got your odometer, and you can cycle through odometer, trip distance, the voltage, and your time riding. I like displays that are very simple or displays that are really in-depth and give a ton of detail. This is a nice, simple display. Shows you everything you need to know. It's super easy to read. So like I was saying earlier, this is kind of a noisy motor. You can definitely hear it. Some of the bikes I've been testing recently have had much quieter motors. This one is always audible. It's not super loud or anything, it's not obnoxious, you can just always hear it. Although it doesn't have suspension, it can handle being ridden on some more loose surfaces like gravel. So here's a gravel road. And yes, it is paved for part of it, but this is all gravel. Yeah, gravel road, no problem for this. You're gonna wanna stand up probably, because like I said, there's no suspension. Although you can get an optional package, this is the comfort package I think, and it comes with like a suspension seat post. So the rider position with this bike is very standard, it's very comfortable, sitting mostly upright. I have a little bit of a forward lean, but obviously the seat height is adjustable, and so is the handlebar height actually. Unlike a lot of the bikes that we've tested, you can raise the handlebars and change what the rider position is like. So very cool. If you want to sit way more upright like this, you can raise the bars up, you can raise the seat up too. You can customize your rider position with this a lot more than on most bikes. It's a very simple bike. Obviously it folds, it's small, it's lightweight, single speed. I like it, I really do. And this isn't my style of bike. I'm much more of a, high power, fast, off-road kind of person. But for a commuter, yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. Generally speaking, I'm not personally a fan of folding electric bikes, but the XP Lite has actually won me over. I think this is a really fun and well-made bike, especially for the price. When I tested the range, I got 24.5 miles using probably 75% throttle and 25% mid-level pedal assist on mostly flat ground with a couple hills here and there. And considering I got over half the claimed range using mostly throttle, I think if you're willing to put in the work and do some of the pedaling yourself, you could probably achieve their claimed range of 40 miles. All that being said, if you're considering this bike and it checks all your boxes, I wouldn't hesitate to buy this bike. I think it's a really, really great option. Anyways, that wraps it up for this review. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please consider hitting the like button, helps the channel out. Also subscribe if you want to see reviews of other electric bikes and scooters and all that kind of stuff. Hit the bell icon too if you want to receive notifications when we post new videos, so that way you can watch it right away in case you're just sitting around with nothing to do and a bike review pops up and you're like, that's what I want to watch right now. So if you're interested, hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's review.